Hit it, Jarvis. Alright, looks like it's live time. There we go. At least I see it. Alright, rock and roll. For those about to rock, we salute you. Then there's the Will You Be There to Rock in Hell. Some good songs. My glasses. I have to smudge my glasses. It's so frustrating. I always miss a smudge right there. Because of how I hold my glasses when I clean them. Hey, what's up, Jupes? Hey, caught me when I was talking to myself. Alright, it's gonna be a pretty short stream today as well. I just want to do the Castle of Knives and the Surim Gaman questline. That's good to hear, Jupes. How are things in your city holding up? No, I may have got you mixed up with Vigo. I think Vigo lives in Chicago. My apologies. A little tired. I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't get a chance to nap today.
Ready and willing.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast one of these bad boys. Preemptively. Yeah, I heard they tore down the, some statue. I didn't catch the name of it. But I don't think it was in London, it was in... Maybe it was in London, I don't know. I don't remember now. I saw it in passing. Oh man, Octavia died. I'm not paying attention. Let's reload that.
Stand against me.
No, there was a different statue of a slave trader that was torn down. I could look it up. I was more caught up on the here in Boston, Massachusetts. I don't live in Boston, Massachusetts, but in the U.S., they tore down or they vandalized the 54th Massachusetts Regiment Memorial, which was actually a memorial for, you know, civil rights essentially, because Robert Gold Shaw stood up for his all-black regiment in the Civil War and demanded them to get better pay and everything. And the that memorial is commemorating him and his service with the regiment.
I won't let you down.
And they got vandalized. Do we not have... You know what I need to do? I know what I need to do. Don't know why I don't have this active. But on a more positive note, what sort of music everybody listen to? Or what music does everybody listen to? Alright, let's get Octavia healed up here. Oh, Octavia. Alright, well, she's just destined not to survive. Hey, same here.
We do it my way.
So, well, I guess my introduction to my own taste in music was actually My Chemical Romance, which I saw in concert back Oh, what year was that? My freshman year, so it's like 2006. But then when I really fell in love with music, it was with a band called Amon Amarth, which is a melodic death metal. Some people say Viking metal, but you can make an argument for either or. So I'm a bit of a metalhead myself, but yeah, I listen to everything as well, whatever I feel like at the time. I've actually, for a little while now, been pretty entranced by video game music, specifically the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. What am I doing? Oh, resurrecting
I'm still here.
Octavia.
The end draws near. No one stands in my
Hey, how big
way.
the legendary proportions makes your hitbox.
Let's move
So I can click over
on.
here and it selects my character.
Battles await. All this waiting bores me.
Silly.
Share your will. Tashani Savitor. Tashani Savitor.
But yeah, metal was the first type of music that got me into music. I started to appreciate it, and then from there I branched out over time. After I went through my elitist phase in high school,
Onwards.
and I realized all music has a place. It's all good. Well, not all of it, but most of it.
I lead. You follow.
Oh, stupid Mandragora
You
swarms.
have my attention.
We do it.
A clever ploy.
Yeah, I've listened. Actually, I haven't listened to a whole lot of Man of War. I mean, Black Sabbath, of course. I'm big into Dream Evil. And actually, might be some disagreement in the chat, but I like Ronnie James Dio a little bit more than holy crap! I hate Mandragora Swarm so much, but I think he's a better vocalist than Ozzy. Well, I mean, that was just where because before My Chemical Romance, I hadn't really listened to any music that
I won't be.
I want to say outside my comfort zone. But basically, before My Chemical Romance, the only albums, the only CDs that I owned were the Spider-Man soundtrack and the Harry Potter soundtrack. So,
We do it my way.
but then I was on the school bus one day, going, don't know if it was to or from school, but it's not important. There's this guy on the bus that I never really talked to, and he just handed me a burned copy of My Chemical Romance.
A clever
So here you go.
ploy.
And you know,
The hard
I feel like it changed my life for the better. Not saying like MCR influenced my life in any capacity, but
Consider me provoked.
it did introduce me to a wider range of music. Rap was the only type of music. Man, what a world would that be?
primitives.
Now I will say that I do have a harder time listening to a lot of rap, and I'm very selective about the rap that I listen to. I only have a couple of artists that I will listen to, actually. Or at least seek out to listen to. Action Bronson being one of the
My skills are getting rusty.
one of those artists.
The end draws near.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, I'm blown away by how often Corn Against Smash is actually proccing, especially on like all these draconic creatures. I still have to deal with this crap here. Stupid Mandragora swarms. Back up. I really hate how slow the game's getting. I think it's because I have these other like end game characters, and it's slowing down the game like a lot more than it has in the past.
Everywhere I go, a pall hangs over
Share
everything.
your will.
It's super
Though
frustrating.
people say it was better before I arrived.
Which part? The fear or the this game slowing down? Because it could be either or.
This body holds no more.
Please cut down these swarms if they kill us. There we go. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess it is consistent with that. Yeah, hopefully they fix that in Wrath of the Righteous, because it's such a detriment to the game.
Ask.
Like, I really enjoy the game, but yeah, end game with all the buffs, and then obviously the save bloat. Man.
Onwards!
Oh yeah, that's right, we need to fix ourselves. Oh boy. Minus 23. You know, no big deal. Just minus 23 strength. Yeah, but I like picking it all up, because then your inventory does this, and then you're over encumbered. Well, I shouldn't be over encumbered right now, but I like to wait till the end of the map to pick everything up, so I can shift through it easier. Because the exiting area map is easier to drop items and transfer items over. Oh, that's right. I'm also minus a level.
Yes.
It's no bueno. Should be the only two with the, wow, he had minus 10 strength. No one else should have negative stats, so he does. Where's he have negative stats from? Mutagen. Okay. Alright, we'll quick save. Hope the game doesn't freeze.
I lead, you follow.
We'll go talk to Treebeard and his friends down here to the southeast. It's funny, D&D had to change the name of their tree folk from Ents to Treants because of Lord of the Rings, but it's still extremely similar. I feel like if they really wanted to, whoever owns...
How curious.
Huh, that spider down here. Whoever owns the rights to Lord of the Rings currently could probably make a case for that. What did I find?
I won't be halted. Head on!
Yeah, we'll go for this. We got the fragment already.
All this waiting bores me.
Also, since I'm streaming while I'm playing, I think that's slowing down the game a little bit as well. Though most of that drain is on my upload, not so much my hardware.
I lead, you follow.
So, thinking that way, the game's actually performing pretty well. Any traps here?
What a surprise.
Yep.
Yes, I'm still. I won't be halted.
Now I'm embarrassed.
What did you roll?
I did as you asked.
Yeah, 7's not the worst thing I've ever seen. A chain shirt +5. Well, that's super exciting. I'll definitely put that on right away.
We do it my. I'm losing my temper.
Actually, Bogger, I think that'd be more fitting a little bit down the line here, because one of these towers has a bunch of ghosts that ambush you. I don't remember which. I think it's the last one. I think it's the one that's like over right here-ish. It's a nasty ambush. I mean, ghost ambushes are always nasty because they drain your levels. What an awful, awful enemy.
No one stands in my way.
Gosh darn it. I hate the hitbox on this thing, because look. You can see my character's highlighted all the way over here. This is my character's hitbox with legendary proportions. So I can't right click to move up just a little, like a smidge, because I end up clicking on my character.
We do it
Which is crazy, because like,
I am ready.
the small characters, well, I guess if you were to expand that, it would be similar. It's about the same distance away, percentage-wise. You know, I got in a lot of trouble for that one time. For saying Ghostbusters in response to that question. I was doing PT at the schoolhouse. It was before the weekend, so we are getting like our briefing. Like our safety briefing, because you had to get a safety briefing before every weekend. And, you know, the sergeant asked, you know, who are you going to call if you get in trouble? But I wasn't the only one that said it. It was me and like 4 other people scattered throughout the crowd that all said Ghostbusters at the same time. And, so I got in trouble. I was told to go find the Ghostbusters, so I was forced to just run around the gym for however long before he told my instructor. And then my instructor got really mad. I had to race my instructor back to the schoolhouse from the gym while he drove. I had to sprint back. I beat him back. I beat him back because, again, he had to like go through traffic and stoplights, and I sprinted my heart out. I barely beat him. Because I think I actually ran to the front door while he was pulling into the parking lot. And, I had to clean the bathroom for like 5 or 6 hours. And it was the day of our Marine Corps ball. Oh, that was awful. What an awful experience. My instructor was just a jerk. He was on a power trip. Because he was the lowest ranking instructor in the schoolhouse, I think. Because he was a corporal. Everyone else was sergeants and staff sergeants. If I remember correctly. He honestly wasn't that bad of a guy, but occasionally he would get power trippy like that. But it felt good to beat him back to the schoolhouse. He got even madder because I beat him back. I used to be a pretty good runner. Let's try this again. Yeah, well I think I explained this in an earlier stream. That's what made some people don't do well in the military, because when you go through the schoolhouse phase, everything is really, really strict. And I get part of the reason why, but if, you know... Because, you know, you take all these people that were just living at home like a year or so ago, and then you give them all this autonomy, they're going to get in trouble. So you got to keep them reined in a little bit, but... I mean, saying Ghostbusters should have got me in trouble like that.
Quick.
Then there's one time I told a joke in class during the schoolhouse. Same instructor. He didn't like the joke. Everyone else did. But then it was whenever someone laughed, I would have to do 20 push-ups. And then he proceeded to pull up YouTube and make us watch a bunch of funny videos. I mean, I was laughing too. I mean, that was more like a good humor sort of thing. Like I wasn't mad about that. I wasn't offended. I thought that was funny.
Quick. Unworthy.
Out of my way!
Taste my fury.
There's another time. What'd I do that time? Did they just eat my legendary proportion size barbarian? He did. Holy crap. It's impressive. There's another time I had to do like 20 or 25 ammo can lifts or something for... It may have been another joke. I made a lot of jokes. I was a funny guy.
This body holds no more.
Am I still inside of this guy?
Ouch!
Sister, I protect you.
Quickly!
They ate all of my characters. I mean, I never said anything like that, but yeah. And outside of that, I'm sorry for all the other events you went through.
I won't be halted. Let's move.
Alright, I will
already.
have her
State
stand
your
up here.
desire.
Yes.
Harem stand
I'll
over
stay
here. You know what, we'll actually spawn some
Share
skeletons.
your will.
All this waiting bores me. Patience.
What's taking so
So,
long?
any brilliant ideas?
You can count on me.
Yeah, he's gotta keep moving forward.
Out of my way!
Yeah, I mean, I always did like really simple humor, like some pranks and stuff in the military, but a lot of people didn't appreciate it. It's a real shame because it was some, you know, some quality material. There was one time, one of my staff sergeants, he left his ID at work, which is a big no-no. You're supposed to, because your ID gives you clearance, allows you to access certain computers and stuff. Nothing like, you know, secret clearance or anything. That's a little better protected, but just general like classified information. And he left it at work, and so I asked my other staff sergeant, I'm like, can I teach him a lesson? He's like, absolutely. So we're currently on like a pre-workup for deployment. We were working out of this half-can aircraft canister, or not canister, aircraft hangar, sorry. And so what I did is I brought in one of the big aircraft stands we had. I think it was the B2 stand? I don't remember the stand designations now. But anyway, I brought it inside, pumped it all the way up. And I was also the tallest person in my shop. I put his ID on the end of like a broom handle. And so I got up on the rails of the stand and shoved it like as far up on the ceiling of the hangar as I could. I couldn't get to the very top. It's a pretty tall hangar. And then everyone thought that was hilarious.
Onwards!
And then he comes to work and he's looking for his ID when the shift changes. If we go back to the barracks we're staying in
How curious.
and go to sleep. But then our staff sergeant comes in from our shift and is like, hey, y'all have to go back into work. He said everybody had to, NCOs and non-NCOs, but just us NCOs went back.
Everyone is mortal in this world, especially when I'm around.
And honestly, it gave us a sense of camaraderie because everyone said they were responsible for it, but it was just me that came up with it and did it. But everybody, came together. It was like, oh yeah, we all did it. So they couldn't punish all of us. I mean, they could have, but they didn't. So, but again, It's the same people that don't have the sense of humor. Because the same person that always got mad at my pranks, they got mad at that.
Over there.
Which wasn't this guy that I actually did the prank on. It was somebody else of a higher rank.
Let's hear you cry.
I don't know if I still have the picture that I took of it either.
Taste my fury.
That's a shame. Again, telling the story isn't as funny as being there and actually witnessing what transpired, because that was some solid work on my part. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but as a bit of a prankster. Because I didn't necessarily do it. I mean, I thought it was funny myself, but I did it more for camaraderie in the shop. I was really big on
No one stands in my way.
on morale while I was in.
Battles await.
The undead is such a frivolous term. I prefer immortal.
But I feel like I also had good mentors in that capacity as well.
Everlasting.
I lead. You follow.
But sadly, well, one of my mentors I only worked with for a brief period of time because he was getting out, and then
We do it mud.
the other one was, again, for a pretty short period of time, but I didn't work with him. He was one of my instructors in the schoolhouse. Not the same one that got mad at everything, but a different one. Yeah, the giant worms, I tend to forget about them too, because they're only in a couple locations.
I won't be halted.
Enjoy
But they're pretty nasty
your
enemies because they can
rolls.
just, you know, swallow one of your companions whole and then do damage over time. Yeah, sadly there weren't a lot of good mentors, but I was lucky to have two pretty good ones. Well, I take that back. I had 3 good mentors.
Head on.
One of them, though, I didn't appreciate at the time, but after he was gone, that's when I appreciated what he did for, like, me in the shop. He was actually, probably one of the best Marines I ever met. It's a shame I never got to tell him that.
We do it my way. Onwards!
Did my stream end?
This is for you!
Okay, it keeps stopping on my laptop. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. That's weird. I feared him too. Did y'all see that? He was trying to run away there. I feared every Kraglenorm we've come across in this this playthrough.
I lead.
You have my
follow.
attention. Kashani Savitur. Kashani Savitur. Kashani Savitur. Kashani Savitur.
He's definitely one of the more interesting characters. I think he's part of another, So I've never set him free before. I'm gonna do that this time. In the past, I've had Salim sent his soul to Phrasma, or whatever the case is, and I've also given the crown to Sheikah the Mini. This time around, I think I'm going to actually free him and see what happens. We're going to need Death Ward for this next segment. Sorry, I'm not very focused on the stream, so if my stumbling over myself. But again, I think it's because I'm very tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I have a hard time sleeping when Mrs. Bring It Dawn isn't around. So.
State your desire.
So then I tried sleeping on the couch instead. And I got maybe an hour of sleep, and then my cats woke me up. So. I tried taking a nap, then as I started drifting off today, Mrs. Bring It Dawn got back home, and then that woke me up. I was alert, so I couldn't go to sleep.
I won't.
So now I'm tired. So very tired.
Here.
So it's gonna be a pretty short stream. Again, I'm gonna do
We do it my way.
You cannot stand against me.
Repent.
I'm gonna do this area, then I'm gonna do that quest I picked up in the last episode. What's it called? Secrets of Suram Gaman. That'll probably be it. Sorry, am I feared? I'm panicked.
Body holds no more.
I don't like that one bit.
Sister, protect me.
Oh, we're getting messed up. So, pretty short stream this episode, or this stream, but then the next one I'm probably going to do all of Patax in one fell swoop. At least that's the plan.
You can count on me.
Who has legendary proportions up? He does. I really hate fighting the ghosts. Super annoying. Yes, they're one of a few history channels. I get them usually mixed up, but I do watch a handful of them. Are they the ones with the animated videos, or is that a different one?
Ask.
There's one that I really liked. They had a huge segment on Alexander the Great, which is one of my favorite historical figures, so.
You cannot stand against me.
Doesn't take a lot to impress me if you're covering him.
Taste my body.
I'm superior.
Okay. Alright, I know who you're talking about then. Alright, hang there, Harem. What else does he have?
Could be worse, and will be. Definitely will.
Alright, looks like Harem might be going down here. Unless I can keep him alive with that. Which is going to be too long for him to cast it. He's just absolutely engulfed by ghostly guards. Everyone else is feared. Yeah, that's rough. He didn't die, at least. And she's one-shotting ghosts, so that's nice. Keep it up, Kalika. I didn't one-shot that one. Oh yeah, absolutely. Me. As good as those movies are, they're not historically accurate. So I do love me some Braveheart. I need to see Jubilosity's hiding behind the Linarm corpse. Oh wow. He's got obliterated.
This is for you. I'll fight if I have to.
Hey, congratulations. You're better than I am. I always procrastinate my stuff. Unless that was procrastinated work, in which case, still good job. You finished it, so. Better late than never. What are we running for? Where are we going towards? Oh, come on now.
Stop me. Who hurt?
I assume this is the real one. We set off a trap or something? Hang in there, Octavia? Oh, she's gonna make it though.
Hey, can someone help me?
My barbarian's just one-shotting all these. I mean, they're mostly fake ones, but still.
I die free.
Good job, everybody. Yeah, I do miss the tiny cape. It made me look bigger. That's why I wear small shirts in real life, so I look bigger.
Patience. The end draws near.
Request.
That's right. You did say you weren't gonna make the stream today, right? Today is Sunday. Yeah. But you made it anyway. Well, I'm glad you changed your mind.
Everywhere
Or got your work early, or done early, I guess.
people say it was better before I arrived. I won't.
Also, you may not have been here when I explained earlier. It's gonna be a pretty short stream. I'm gonna finish this area and then do the one quest that I have that I got last episode. And I'm probably gonna call it a stream because I'm pretty tired.
We do it my way.
You should take a look.
That's the spirit. That's how I treat things. If I ever overcome something, it's either because I'm smarter than it, stronger than it, or better than it in general. And I make sure that it knows it.
Onwards.
Every time I finish writing a paper, I say, suck it, paper. So it knows its place.
My search was not in vain. Who will prevail? Does it?
You never had a chance.
I'm sorry, why is it immune to all my damage? It's immune to slashing damage. Oh no, oh sorry, it's a swarm. That was a regular spider. I'm like, a spider should be immune to that. But it was the swarm itself.
You follow.
How curious. I did as you asked.
Hey, I'm glad you have somebody like that. Because, I don't get along with my sibling. Well, I'll get along with one of my siblings. I've never met the other one, so.
We do it my way. I won't be halted.
Alright, so this little area plays an important role later on. Don't need to worry about it right now, of course. And I think this tower used to be bugged and you couldn't get on top of it without, Dimension Door. I think it was this one. I think this is also the same one that we get ambushed by ghosts on, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he's getting an emulator online, but yeah, that's cool. I'm currently going through all my old video games. Well, I've always liked older video games.
Broken a nail.
Really? Okay, we'll reload that.
Done and done.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Do I have any other better spells I could cast? Not really. She's almost out of spells too. Yeah, just cut him down. Doesn't matter. Oh, greater empowerment, a magic wand. A rod, not wand. Still good. Empower, quicken, lesser empower, and extend. I think the extend would be better on Jubilost anyway. What do we have here? Greater extend, and lesser reach. We don't need the lesser reach, I don't think. So I might just give him the extend. I need to remember to activate these. I have these all equipped, but I don't use them for anything. I even spent a ton of gold buying all these rods, and I don't use them. I really need to.
I did as you asked.
Also, what am I affected by? What is this? Sickened.
Request.
It's gonna go away, but when I drill this into my head, I can use Treat Affliction.
Yes, I'm still here. This spell's purpose is different. This spell's purpose is different.
Okay, fine. I won't use it. I guess because he's still under the effects of the other Sickened. Or Treated Affliction. Whichever. Sorry. Yeah, you can't get up there.
It's my way.
Alright, so metamagic rods, they stumbling over my words. 1 second. Let me compose myself. So the way they work is you activate them and they toggle on, like you can see here. And then whichever spells you cast next, so the next 3 spells will be extended, if it's a spell that can be extended. So like if I cast shield here, right now it's 1 minute per level, so it should be only level... Should be 17 minutes for shield. Here, I'll stop and demonstrate.
Yes?
So when I cast shield on him, it should be extended to 33 minutes. So the effectiveness, obviously, like lesser extend will extend it for a lesser period of time. Where does it say? This says twice as long as normal. Spell duration. What is the difference between extend and lesser? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the better the rod, the higher the spell that can be cast with it. So regular rods can be used with spells of 6th level or lower, and lesser can only be 3rd level or lower. That's the only difference. They extend it for the same period of time. Now, when I rest, that charge will come back. So if I use all 3 charges and then rest, it's 3 charges per day. So they just enhance your spells. It's like meta magic, but with a rod.
What's the hold
And they recharge each day. Yes. Yeah, I didn't know that my first playthrough. I thought they were just like wands, so I didn't use them because I wanted to save the charges. I don't think it was till my second playthrough I realized that they recharged. Because I think someone asked in the comments section, like, why aren't you using your rods, you dummy? It's like, because I'm a dummy and I didn't realize that they recharged.
No one stands in my way.
But yeah, it is essentially just meta magic that recharges. Pretty useful. Supposedly, there's a Grandmaster rod you can get, I think, from Erlene, the artisan, and the capital. Her masterpiece is a Grandmastery rod, and you can actually one-shot the Spanarovagug with Phantasmal Killer with that rod. You'll have to debuff him, I think, a little bit. You might not have to, actually. You might just have to go in there, cast a spell magic on him once, and then use that Phantasmal Killer with the Grandmaster rod, and it'll just outright kill him. Well, I mean, some of the rods can be missed pretty easily. The feats, I guess, give you more versatility. I don't know. I guess it is hard to justify taking the feats if you do get the all the rods. But I guess if you also want more castings of it, because... So with Octavia here, I do have meta magic on... Oh, where's it at? Scorching Ray. But I only get so many castings of it. But if I get the... Is it empowered? What do I got going on here? Yeah, so I have this heightened. If I wanted more heightened charges besides what I can get here, if I had like a heightened rod, I could equip that as well. And use it with my regular castings of Scorching Ray. So you get more out of it, I guess. That's all. So you can take the feet and the rods and just get more enhanced Scorching Rays. I still don't know if it would be justifiable, because you can always rest afterwards too. So... There we go. I've never done this before, so I'm excited to see what happens. At some point I'll keep the first crown. Well, maybe not, because I don't know if I'll play through this game again. But yeah, longer haste is usually what I go for as well.
Ready and willing.
So I have her... Oh shoot, I don't have the thing. I usually have her have that amulet, the clockwork pendant, I think is what it's called. That enhances the, or extends... It extends the haste spell. There we go. Gosh, I cannot talk today. Words are hard, guys. But yeah, haste is my absolute favorite spell of the game. I haven't been using it a lot this playthrough. I feel like a lot of the fights haven't been long enough to really justify it. Alright, we're gonna head back and deal with this Surum Gammon quest. Well, let's head south here. I don't think there's any more areas here to explore, but I'll check real fast. Nope, that's it. Alright. You know, I already forgot what I said.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Let's talk about haste. I said I didn't cast it very often, right, for the fights. Sorry, I'm just out of it today.
Let's make this quick.
Oh, stupid. Whatever. Go fight him, guys. Harem, go... Nope, not everybody. Jeez, just Harem.
Your life ebbs low.
Unworthy, wretched things.
Out of my way!
Now I'm supposed to run forward.
Consider me provoked. This is for you.
He's out of bombs. Ugh, fine.
I'll fight if I have to.
All my knowledge, all my genius.
You never had a chance.
Okay, cool. Alright, so I remembered it mostly, right? Man,
My skills are getting rusty.
To it.
I'm excited for bed tonight. Ooh, man. Alright. Yeah, the stream might be about an hour and a half long, if that. So. A little shy of what I typically aim for. 2 hours, I think, is a good stream length, especially for a game like this. Now, if I was playing like a strategy game or something, I'd probably try to stream a little longer. If I was playing like a Total War game, I would be adverse to playing for, you know, six hours at a time or so.
Depending on how it's going, of course.
How ironic. Of all of us, only
Now
the
my cat's
dead
asking
can
for
truly
food.
judge life.
They're in there throwing a fit. They knocked their
You
bowls
judged
down already.
life well
I don't know
enough
if y'all heard that or
While
not.
you lived in luxury in the elven capital. Now you're just comforting yourself.
Oh, don't you worry about that. People can't take me out of my comfort zone. Because I find comfort to be the #1 key to success. You can't be successful if you're not comfortable. And you can't... And if you're not successful if you're not comfortable. Or something like that. I used to have a saying I said all the time. That sounds right, so...
I need to catch my breath.
And the moment you let people tell you how to run your channel, it's no longer your channel. I was fiddling around with the Mortal Empires campaign a little bit, with the new Orc update. But I've kind of put it off, because I still want to wait until Total War Warhammer 3 comes out for me to cover it on the channel. I didn't get very far. I've only got like 30 turns into that campaign. I really want to play the Alexander expansion for Rome Total War on the channel. It's a pretty short campaign. And it's very linear in its objective, so it wouldn't take very long to play through. And it's Alexander the Great. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Mortal Empires in my free time. Most recent campaign I started, well, I have a Wurzag campaign, and then also a Malagar, the Dark Omen campaign. Just waiting for that beast, because I was waiting for the orcs to get an update for forever, because they're probably, them and the dwarves are my two favorite factions. Followed by the Empire, then Chaos. Now I'm just waiting for the Beastmen and the Wood Elves to get their updates. No, I'm not a huge fan of Ground the Paunch. I mean, while his campaign looks fun and all that, I'm more of a Wurzag guy. Wurzag and Grimgore. I mean, Wurzag dances. That's the main reason why I pick him. And he gives all those buffs to his Savage Orcs, which I think are just a cool unit. And then they also updated his skill tree. So instead of just giving his whole army magic attack, which is awful against the dwarves, they changed it so that he gives his whole army magic attacks, but also negates the enemy's magic resist, which dwarves haven't innately. I think dwarves have, what, a 25% magic resist? So that gets ignored with the magic attacks. So now Wurzag is actually extremely good. It's a really exciting update for me. So I've been waiting to tear into a Wurzag campaign for a while. Yeah, no, I prefer Grimgore in general, but Wurzag dancing and the Savage Orcs, again, just being a cool unit. I also really like Black Orcs, so, I mean, Grimgore is definitely up there. Plus, I mean, Grimgore kicks Archaon in the Nethers during the end times. There's something to be said for that. And that something might be bad writing, but...
Head on!
I do love me some Grimgore, though. No, his updates also made him a lot more viable as well, which is really exciting. So after Wurzag, I might do Grimgore.
We do it my way.
Oh, headbutts him? I thought he kicked him in the giblets. I haven't actually read those books. I'm just familiar with the lore. Oh, alright, well, they got me. They bamboozled me. I did in fact check my sources. Well, I knew he headbutted him too, because he damaged the helmet, or he broke the gem that was in his helmet. Right, because he broke one of the artifacts that Archaon had gathered to become Archaon the Ever-Chosen. So yeah, I did know that he headbutted him, but I thought he also got him in the groin guard. Yeah, no, Vlad is a tyrant. I mean, yeah, he was with the good guys against Chaos, and they're in the end times, but no, he waged a pretty nasty war on the Empire of Man. Which actually spawned one of my favorite characters in fantasy. What's his name? His name starts with a J. It was a Knight of the White Wolf that Vlad had turned into a vampire. And he's the one that takes Vlad's ring. And his dwarf friend, like, entombs him to guard it. That's all good, Sorth Morak. Again, just enjoy it as you wish. What was that guy's name? One second, I'm gonna look it up. Also, bug flying around in here again. Where's he at? Oh, Jarek. Jarek von Karstein. Yeah, I read the whole Vampire Wars trilogy. Yeah, it was a trilogy. Because Jarek is one of my favorite characters from that novel series of novels. But he was only in the one, I think the last one. Yeah, well, I think Vlad gets a little romanticized, mostly because he didn't, stab Nagash and cause the world to get blown up. And he also, I think the whole Isabella and Vlad romance gets a little romanticized as well. Temple of the Elk, that's where I need to go. But yeah, I mean that's the case with like any fantasy or whatever. People are going to take some stuff out of context. Well, probably not, because they force them to swear fealty to him. They don't want Oh, I hate this part. Don't I have to, like, keep the monster busy without killing it?
I won't be halted. All this waiting bores me.
You can count on me.
I'm losing my temper.
So, any brilliant ideas?
Battles await.
What's new?
Nah, that should be enough. We even put this on him, just to be safe.
I'll try.
Yeah, you're right, because they have Sigmar on their side. You can't beat Sigmar. Hey, I got my tiny cape back, Sith Morak. I think it's a loading thing, so if I were to like reload here, it would adapt to what it's supposed to be. Also, this axe looks really cool. You can see it pretty good right here.
We do it my way.
Sadly, I don't think most of these weapons that you get from the Lonely Barrow actually have descriptors. Yeah, there's no flavor text for it, which is largely disappointing. Which is a shame, because Vlad is actually very strong in Total War. He's, all that regeneration he gets is obscene. I mean, I thought he was a good villain. He's always been a good counterpart to, I don't know, the Empire, I guess.
Superior.
Nope, all of you guys need to go back over here and not do anything. That's what y'all need to do. I'm gonna stand right here. Maybe. I'm not gonna heal that much.
Quickly.
You know what? If it works, right? It's a shame because he has the ability to control dragons, as shown during the end times. Well, undead dragons. When Wallach Harkin, one of my favorite vampires, shows up on the dragon and Vlad dominates it and has it rip Wallach in half. Yeah, because if they ever won, one of the factions would be wiped out, or it wouldn't be the same faction. So yeah, and it's all about model sales, which is one of the limiting factors of 40k as well. That's why there's so much plot armor. Yeah, dwarves are always on the brink of extinction, but never quite extinct. Yeah, like, again, it's one of those things, like, there's a lot of potential and a lot of interesting lore, but it has to be stagnant lore, because they base the lore... The lore and the tabletop shouldn't be so intertwined. Like, I think if they were to get rid of, like, named heroes in the tabletop, maybe besides, like, I don't know, I guess that wouldn't work either. But just have, like, regular hero units, like, generic hero units on the tabletop, it would give the lore more room to grow. Also, well, with Age of Sigmar, don't a lot of like the units like respawn and stuff? Like they come back to life. Like they don't ever truly die. Yeah, I would say there's a lot of fantasy games that really trump 40k games, but it's also dependent on the developers as well, because they have that open IP. So you just get a lot of crummy games out there. But I will be covering Necromunda when it comes out. Hopefully it comes out by the time I'm done with the Mark of Chaos, so I can jump right on it. I'm really excited about that game. I think that'll be I'm hoping it'll be good, I guess I should say. Yeah, I'm hoping they don't do the Silent King dirty. Like, I really don't want them, because the Necrons are one of my favorite factions. I mean, the Space Wolves are too, but even them coming out neutral against Gazkul is, they did him dirty that way. Well, I think there's a lot of speculation with the Silent King and the Galaxy split. So we'll see if they do anything with that. I wouldn't get my hopes up, but you never know. Yeah, I'm wondering what power scale they're going to give the Silent King. And just how impactful they're going to make him. Yeah, and I don't really think it's the shift to Age of Sigmar that people didn't like. It was how they ended, like, a lot of the lazy writing during the end times. Because there was a lot of lore there, a lot of, you know, a lot of history with a lot of those characters, and they were just killing them off left and right. And again, a lot of them just didn't get a footnote. Because was it Skarsnik that wasn't even talked about? Like, he was just forgotten in one of the books? Yeah, and I'm of a similar mindset, but I understand where people are coming from. Honestly, I mean, I haven't gotten into Age of Sigmar. I don't know a whole lot about it, other than like Stormcast Eternals and some other generic stuff. Except, well, I haven't really I haven't even paid any attention to fantasy in general. Like, that side of Warhammer in a while. It's all been 40k for me recently. Yeah, again, that's not something I'm super familiar with. Because I don't play the tabletop myself. I keep up with like the 40k tabletop a little bit, not a whole lot. I watch some of the YouTube channels. Doesn't mean I always know what's going on, but it's fun to watch. Wait, like the player's beard? Holy crap. I mean, there was a year and a half ago or so, I'd probably do pretty well for myself. I mean, I keep it a little shorter now, but man, that's crazy. What?
I need to catch my breath.
That seems so silly. I mean, that is silly, but has nothing to do with the game.
Camp?
Yeah, but still, I mean, in a competitive game like that, even if it's meant to be a joke, like, you can't do that with competitive games. Well, I imagine so, because you're giving some people an advantage, again, in a competitive game. You can't do that.
We do it my
I mean, as funny or whatever as it might be, it's still an unfair advantage for some people. And no matter how small an advantage, it's still an advantage. Especially if someone wins with that advantage, you know? Well, I'll definitely give it a look into. So y'all keep recommending it anyway, so...
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Well, at least they're not the only IP to have a rough launch and then turn it into something great. Look at Pathfinder Kingmaker. A lot of people hated it on launch, and now it's a beloved CRPG.
I lead.
With
You follow.
With quite the Kickstarter support. Where are those guys at? There he is. Yeah, I think I've heard something about that, but I don't know. I probably wasn't as into it at the time.
I need to catch my breath.
Oh, sorry, dropped my phone. Let's see if Mrs. Bring It Dawn can feed the cat. Oh, there I go doing it again.
I need to catch my breath.
This should be an interesting reunion. Also, ignoring background noise, Mrs. Bring It Dawn is here, as is my dog. Oh, really? They killed off Cetra? Such an impressive character, though. Yeah, he's definitely a cool character. Did they bring back some of like the really mythical figures like Abarash and everything? It's okay if you don't want to tell me also, because I'm going to start looking into the lore a little bit myself. Well, hello. So what is she doing? Make sure she doesn't hurt herself. Alright.
Consider me
Let's
provoked.
move already.
Let's make this quick.
That sounds pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Castlevania, and I'm a big fan of Blood Dragons, so... Are there specific books for that, or is it just like background lore, like in White Dwarf and like the codexes?
Need to catch my breath.
Or codices?
stand against me.
This is for you.
So this shouldn't be here. What's going on here? Why do these spells keep swapping out like that? Really not a fan of that.
Oh, time to get some rest,
We
isn't it?
do it my way.
That sounds pretty neat. Again, big fan of Castlevania, so any sort of references to that is always fun. And then, of course, Wallach Harkin and Abrash being a couple of my favorite fantasy characters.
Why don't we set up camp?
Out of all the characters whose endings people didn't really like in the End Times, I did like Wallach's.
To forge a spirit into a sword. The things mortals do to prolong.
Because he took his knights and he charged into the breach to hold back the Chaos Horde so everyone else could regroup and retreat.
Was a sad fate.
He turns to Korn, comes back, confronts Vlad, and Vlad just has the dragon. He shows up on to rip him apart.
Inevitability of the end.
I mean, not the most glorious way to go out, but the initial act, charging out to buy everyone time with his Blood Knights, was really cool. I'd much rather have him, though I do like what they did with Luther Harkin in Warhammer Total War, but I'd much rather have Wallach, especially with the Red Duke. Like, why would you put the Red Duke in the game and not Wallach? Vordry. That even sounds cool. Vordry. So did Britannia, like, form with the Empire? Oh, no, Britannia turned into ghouls.
I won't be halted. Bores me. Head on!
Okay. Did any of the, like, the ghouls come back? Like, sorry, any of the Bretonians come back? Like the Green Knight or anybody? So I know, like, they got rid of some factions completely, some came back. I was just curious. Because I thought that one of them ascended to become a god. and so wasn't killed during the end times. I don't know which character it was in Bretonia, but one of them. I thought like the lady turned them in basically to a deity and saved them. Man, I get Bretonia. It was a pretty... Well, some of it was one-dimensional. They had some neat lore, though. Huh. It's a bit of a shame. There's a lot of Bretonian lore that I liked. And I like Cetros. I mean, Cetros is just a very powerful character. Oh no, I don't remember this. Okay, I remember all these. Radical. Now, I think it was speculated that they were supposed to be one and the same in the old lore, right? Okay, yeah, then I stand corrected. Again, fantasy lore I'm not as up to date on as I am 40k lore. Or just as good at, I guess. Never been as invested. Alright, the Helmet of Dusk. Helmet grants plus 6 days. Stunning days. Such a goofy looking helmet on her. How's it look on Harem? I mean, it looks better, but it still looks kind of goofy.
I'm losing my temper.
Man, I knew most of the big names from fantasy, but I definitely wasn't as invested in a lot of the nuances of the lore. I definitely didn't know how to pronounce a lot of the names. Like Leon Kerr. There were some factions I didn't know the names of, I guess, like the Beastmen faction. All I knew was Kazrak. I didn't know about Malagar or shoot, the other guy. The Chaos Spawn looking guy. A lot of the other stuff I knew. I mean, I didn't know about, I didn't know a lot about... Shoot, I can't remember his name now. So I guess it's not even important.
Taste my fury.
I'm not afraid.
This is going to hurt.
Clever boy.
Yeah, they're I mean, well, they also have like their hands in like every sort of media, so I don't think they're ever going to go anywhere anyway. Like they have the tabletop market, which is already extremely expensive. I'm sure it makes them plenty of money. And they have, you know, books, video games. You know, again, anyone can make a video game out of their content, and they get a cut of it. I'm sure with the popularity of Warhammer Total War, like I'm sure they've seen a huge surge in success. Because people didn't know anything about, you know, Warhammer beforehand. Warhammer Total War comes out, like, oh hey, there's this new franchise that I really like. Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't know it was Eisenhorn, but I knew they were working on a TV show. If you need to go to sleep, Sithmorak, go for it, man. I'm going to be ending the stream here soon anyway, so now's a good time as any. Yeah, I know they had a TV show in the works. They've got another game coming out after Necromunda. But I don't think it's been announced what it is yet. Might be 2 games coming out after Necromunda. I'm excited for Necromunda because it's a tactical... Oh, actually, I don't think I've seen any gameplay for it, but I think it's advertised as like a tactical game. I don't know what sort of tactical game it's going to be, but I'm excited for it. So it's right up my alley. And I think the cinematics look pretty cool. But they said it's releasing this summer, but there's still been no gameplay released for it, so I don't know if that's a typo and it's supposed to be next summer or what the deal is. Yeah, and they have advertised that it's supposed to be based off the tabletop, so... I'm wondering like how squad-based it's going to be. Like, are they going to treat it like an XCOM game where you go like mission to mission with a squad? Or is it going to be like Wasteland 2?
I lead, you follow.
My guess is probably more like XCOM, but... As far as like the general layout, like you have like a hub where you upgrade your troops or your gang members.
I won't be halted.
Let's hope it comes out as soon, or right around when I finish the my current Let's Play, Mark of Chaos. Can I talk to Lindsay? Let's try talking to Lindsay real quick. But yeah, I'm glad to see that Games Workshop is trying to branch a little bit harder into other media. I've seen there's been a past couple of years have seen a real resurgence in games, and then obviously they're trying to get into like TV shows and stuff because they have a lot of material for it. Like, there's really not a medium they shouldn't be able to cover thoroughly at that. Yes, that is intentional. I am trying to be neutral so I can get the secret companion. Because you have to be neutral to get the secret companion at the end. Sadly enough. Go ahead and talk to Lindsay.
We do it my way.
And being chaotic evil anyway, I wasn't too set on sticking to a set of principles. I'm more worried about accomplishing certain things by the end of the game. Though I may have messed up the secret romance. But we'll see. I may have squandered that already.
No one stands in my way.
Oh yeah, actually, let me try talking to the storyteller real quick as well. Then I also need to check my projects, but I can exit the kingdom for that. But yeah, this playthrough is mostly just so I can clean up some loose ends that I haven't tried yet. See if I can't discover some more stuff.
We do it my way.
Well, since I'm here, let's check my projects real fast. Selling the Patak's quest continues until we finish the dream quest, right? Yeah, this one. Yeah, put somebody on that. Takes 30 days. So I guess there's actually nothing else to do. Because I was going to go to Patak's, but I can't go there until I do Nurse's Dream. So what I'll do is I'll do 2 upgrades, 2 rank ups for advisors, and then we'll do the dream in the next stream. Sounds good to me. The dream, and then maybe all of Patak's. Patak's is a pretty long segment though, so maybe not. Ooh, 11 events. Exciting. Oh, because we broke the month. Oh, no, we didn't. We still have another day. Wait, he failed. Can he fail at upgrading himself? Or was he on something? He was on something else. Alright, let's take care of all the problems real quick. I always hated this section, or segment, when I was reading all the dialogue out loud. Because it's a lot of dialogue to read out loud. I forget which one he recommended. I think it was the Arcanium. Wild Guardian. Is that a bow? Probably not. Actually, it might be a wooden shield. I think he brings wooden shields as well. Now, Python skin doublet. Or double. Yeah, Wild Guardian. +3. Yeah, we had that equipped earlier. And Python skin doublet. +4 bonus all saving throws against poison, paralysis, and sleep. Immunity to trip, and allows to cast Touch of Slime twice per day. Ugh. Why would I want that? In what world would I want that? You know, Bartholomew, I'm going to sell you all this crap. Because I don't want it. What a convenient merchant to have. Even more convenient if... Did he finish the, Sure. We'll keep going until the dream sequence. Here we go. Activates, then we'll start that in the next episode, or next stream. Good job, everybody. Super proud of you guys. I don't think anyone failed any of their events or quests or what have you. That's an opportunity. I'm not going to waste a coin on that. Oh, this is really good. Sana, get to work. Oh, I have almost 1800 BP. Holy crap-a-roly. Oh yeah, we should probably keep doing these research or these curses. I don't think I've done 13 yet, so if I want to take those hits. Is Divine Intervention the scimitar? It is. Pretty good weapon. But not for anybody in my party. So what do I need to talk to for this? Storyteller. Well, 40 bucks. If you wait a little bit, they go on sale pretty often. You can get them for like $5 a pop, I think. I got them for pretty cheap. I thought like maybe I probably got them for like $6 a piece or something a few years back. But I mean, they are good games. I highly recommend them. So if you do play through all of them, you'll get your money's worth for sure. But you could have got them for cheaper. Alright, but I'm saving because I'm going to call the stream here. Make sure my saves went through. And then the next one will pick up with Nerissa's Dream, and then we'll go to Patax and deal with King Irvedi. Thanks to everybody for stopping by, for the lovely conversations, especially about Age of Sigmar that I don't know a lot about. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's no problem, Boggart. I enjoy it. Thanks for coming by. I do it for you guys. Hope y'all have a good rest of your days, nights, evenings, or mornings, and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Everybody take care.